Hey, it's Sean and Mike, brew-juice.com. And, people are swapping beers with us. We're sending beers, they send them back. And this is from one of our I was going to say fans. That's so pretentious. I'm sorry.
That is kind of pretentious.
Somebody who watches, subscribers, someone who watches our videos, who actually has commented on our
we just lost a
blog. Yeah, we probably lost a whole bunch of subscribers because we're so GD pretentious. But now that we're totally sidetracked, let's get back on topic. This person sent us a beer. She goes by the screen name of Brewella Deville. You may have seen her around the internet. And she is out of California. She sent us a piece of paper with all the information about this beer. It's an IPA, and IPA 013 or 13. And it's a 2.5 gallon batch, no sparge, brewed back in January this year. And I know that she wrote that this has both Mosaic and Citra hops in it, which of course we've, I don't know if we've done like a smash with Citra in it, but Mosaic we certainly have. So we sort of know what that's all about. At least we've gone on camera and said this is what we think it's all about. So, Michael, what do you think of this IPA that was sent across the country to us to taste on camera and talk about?
I love the aroma.
Yeah.
There's a definite, this is 100% meant in the best way possible. But there's a beautiful
Wind it up. Watch out.
fruit stripe gum aroma.
Yeah?
It's like there's like a beautiful like lemon drop candy thing. I mean, I get the melon, but there's a real sweetness, hop sweetness coming through from that Mosaic and Citra. I mean, it's classic. Those two together, it's just great. I mean, there's a lot of citrus, but there's like a nice berry, raspberry. The only thing I can compare it to is fruit stripe gum. It's just phenomenal. I love it.
I haven't had fruit stripe gum in a
The problem
very
with fruit stripe
long.
gum
Okay, let's talk about this.
is that when you put it in your mouth, you start chewing it. It's like, woo, that's great, and then like it's got the fastest dying flavor of any gum out there.
What about chiclets? You ever had chiclets?
Chiclets are fine. They're just sugary, crunchy.
Yeah, but their flavor goes away in like 3 chews.
Yeah, but it doesn't start as high as the fruit.
I see.
See what I'm saying?
Because
So,
it's
right,
way up
right.
here, and chiclets is down here, and then you're like whatever.
But
You're spitting it out. But this
lasts.
it lingers.
This
right.
aroma lasts. It's great. The
nose.
Columbus for bittering, 43 IBUs bittering. There's another beer with Columbus in it, and I don't brew a lot with Columbus. But, there's a beautiful balance of Mosaic and Citra flavor.
Yeah.
She used them at 10 minutes.
Yep.
And the Columbus is pretty subtle. I mean, the bitterness is subtle. It's well managed.
Yep. And then also at Flame Out. So
Yeah.
that's the Mosaic and Citra at Flame Out as well. So it,
Oh, and then dry hop, too.
yeah. Very nice. 5 days. Very good.
Yeah, I mean, overall, so
7
the
days.
malt bill, there's a comment at the bottom that says, my first version of this beer used Crystal 60. And I think I'll go back to that.
Because she has Crystal 10 and 20.
Yeah, a little combination of Crystal 10 and 20. I can agree with that, but it's pretty clean. I mean, I don't know how much more malt backbone you need. That Crystal 60 might lift it up a little bit, but I don't know. It's pretty nice. I mean, I love the color. To me, it's a little bit... It's light... color's like light copper, but it's perfectly in that IPA range. I wonder what it looks like with just Crystal 60, and it might get a little darker than this, but that's fine. I mean, but it's bright. The flavor's bright. There's just enough malt backbone to go with that hop profile. Like I said, it's not, even though it's 43 IBUs, it's not all that bitter. I love the fact that there's on here the water, 75% reverse osmosis and 25% tap. Then some gypsum and calcium chloride. I mean, it's a great...
One thing I wanted to point out to you is also the 1.5 pounds of acid malt in the grain bill.
Yeah.
What do you think you're getting out of that?
Well, it's 1.5 ounces.
There's one... Oh, shoot. I should have read it clearly. All right. But it's a little bit there.
Yeah.
Do you think that's just trying to brighten it up a bit?
It could be, or the intent is probably knowing what the water, the RO water being mostly RO, and then a little gypsum and calcium chloride, I mean, it might just be there to help hold the mash pH down
Steady.
a little bit.
Okay.
Because there isn't a whole lot of stuff in here to lower the pH. I mean, just a little bit of crystals and that little bit of Munich. So, and starting from RO, I mean, the water's got no ability to buffer itself. And just gypsum and chloride alone aren't really, those are in there really more for hop profile. Feel free and leave a comment if I'm just off base. But so the acid malt definitely helping balance out probably the mash pH. I would bet, judging by the comment at the bottom of the page too, that there's some experience with this recipe, and that's the way you really should be. I think that's one of the way you really should be dealing with water chemistry is know what your water is, take a stab at making some sort of baseline water adjustments, then brew the beer. Measure the pH of your mash, measure the pH of your wort, and then remember that for next time, and brew the exact same beer or very close to it next time, changing your water chemistry to suit, and go from there. I brewed a porter recently, and I had brewed a couple of dark beers before that, and I knew that my mash pH was a little bit low, so this time I threw in a little baking soda, a little bit of carbonate, just to help lift it up, and I was able to do it. So I'm kind of treating it like a little bit, and so that's probably what this is. Just a little bit of acid malt, knowing that the pH has probably come in a little bit high before, so it works out.
There you go.
But the beer is bright. It's clean. I love the London Ale yeast, WLP 013. That's pretty good yeast. I've had a lot of luck with that. I've never brewed something IPA-ish or American with that, but it has been fermented cool, so that's going to suppress those English esters.
Yeah.
But just enough, because I think the English esters in these fruity hops, they go well together.
Help out, yeah.
A lot of these East Coast IPAs right now are getting brewed with like London Ale 2 from Y yeast. So it's like you get this estery quality from the yeast, and you've got all that fruit flavor from the hops. It works together really well.
Very nice.
So I think this is a very nice beer. Well brewed.
Very good. So, I think that we're 3 for 3 here, man. We've gotten like very good swap, and it probably makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
I only swapped the beer that won multiple awards, so I had enough independent encouragement to say that, okay, well, this is probably pretty good and worth sharing.
Yeah.
Because if I had something that I wasn't so sure of, I probably wouldn't have the courage to send it across the country for people to taste.
Yep.
So I appreciate that people send us very good examples of homebrew beer, and I'm glad we're able to taste it on camera here.
Yeah, and it
posting
made
to
it to us fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good bottle fill, super clean. Bottle condition says that on the sheet. It's obviously in the bottle.
Yeah.
Those initial pours that we had were not brilliantly clear, but they were, I would put them in the near crystal clear category. So, very nice.
Cheap bottle conditions like me. So
Like you.
that like me. So I think that thing is with my lager, if I bottle condition it and let it sit in the fridge for even a few more weeks after I bottle it, it continues to clarify, and then months later, it is pretty darn clear coming out of the bottle. So there you go. And even after 6 weeks of conditioning at in bulk in the fridge, there is a clarity to it, but if you put it in the bottle, it clears even more in the bottle.
I want to know what yeast nutrient you use, Brewella Deville. Put it in a comment. Which yeast nutrient do you buy? Because I'm struggling to find a good yeast nutrient myself.
Yeah?
So put that in the comments if you see the video.
If you see it, and if not, then I can always write to her. I have her email address. So. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Again, if you're looking to swap a beer, we're open to it. I just need to kind of budget this out because, as I've learned, it's not really that cheap to, we're talking, I don't know. I went through FedEx, and my packages with the 22-ounce bottles were, they're averaging around $16, $17 a pop.
Yeah.
But they don't ask any questions, I'll tell you that.
Right.
There's no like, hey, so what's in this box? And I don't have to say like something like computer parts or something.
Well, once Brew Dudes really makes it big and goes global, we'll deliver these beers ourselves on the private jet.
Okay. I was thinking a helicopter, then we can land in people's yards and such. Yeah.
Bing boom.
Yeah, hey,
Here
we're
we are.
I don't know if you heard the helicopter just landed in your front yard, but we're here to deliver beer.
We're
That'll be cost efficient.
Smile for the camera.
And the crew is behind us. Yeah, sure. So for John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. I'm going to finish this off, my friend. Brew on and cheers. I said your line, too.
Oh, cheers.